How's it hanging, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video, and you may notice that something is a little bit different today. That's right, we have a Silver Division account here with 482 rating, which is, of course, not normal. So what's the story? Well, basically, this guy, Names Are for Noobs, gave me a really good idea for a series. You can pause it and read it here, but basically the way I'm going to interpret it is I'm going to play a series of duels, and every time I get a country wrong, I'm no longer able to ever guess that country in the series again. So if I get United States wrong, that's going to be a serious problem. And if I get United States and Canada wrong, well then, yeah, you know what that means. We're going to get some really low scores. I will be allowed to guess in the ocean, and I will be allowed to guess in the wrong country nearby. But yeah, if as soon as I get a country wrong, I'll mark it on this map, click it in red, and then I'll be no longer able to guess that country. So without further ado, let's get into the first one here. I'm thinking for episode 1, I don't want to bully people too hard at 400 rating, because I just bought Pro on this account. So I'm thinking I just go no moving, panning, or zooming and see how the tie goat can go here. But of course, no moving, panning, or zooming is a little bit scary, because if we guess a country wrong, then we're in serious trouble. And this one is actually not that easy. So let's get in here. What am I thinking? I think it should be Philippines, but I'm actually not entirely sure, which would be kind of crazy. Maybe I have to go back on my word here. This could get too difficult too quickly if I get this wrong. It's either Indonesia or Philippines. I think I'm just going to let the guy guess and continue to think here. That number plate looks white, and I think we'd see a black number plate in Indonesia and in Malaysia, which basically only leaves Philippines. So I think that's where I'm going to guess here. Let's go in, maybe feels a little bit north. Let's go in Manila here and take a look around. We'll be right. Oh no, that's a black number plate. Oh no. Oh no. Not, well, an interesting start to GeoGuessr Hardcore here, because what was that white? No, I forget. There's different number plates for motorbikes in Indonesia. So you know what we have to do here. Indonesia, a terrible one to get wrong, is off here, and we've got another hard one on the second round here. This could actually be one we get wrong. Gosh, I may need to reconsider no moving, panning, or zooming after this duel, but it's going to be an interesting way to start off the series anyway. I think that this is Bulgaria, based on the roofs and based on the architecture. What else could this be, honestly? Maybe Italy, but Italy surely wouldn't have a wall like this. I'm just looking at the buildings in the background. I think this is just Bulgaria. Now, it is possible that this is elsewhere, in which case, I mean, Europe's not too bad. Europe's not too bad. We can just go for the guess here. Should be okay. I mean, it still looks like Bulgaria, I think. Let's take a look down the road here. Ooh, it's Italy. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, bro. This is, you know what? Italy, you know, that's okay, because we've still got San Marino, and we've still got all the countries nearby. We've got Vatican, so we're chilling. But wow, that was a crazy Italian round. I mean, the Yellow House did look very Italian, so I'll grant it that. Next one here is an easy Senegal. We can definitely take off a lot of points here, because we've got the ladder poles, we've got this Google car down here, and yeah, so taking a look around, we are indeed in Senegal, and probably much further south than I clicked. I feel like this is kind of in this Gambia region here. So, but also Senegal's not a country we need to get correct, because yeah, we can just guess in Gambia or in Guinea-Bissau, and that's fine. So there we go. We probably will actually win this, but that is a crazy start. We already can't guess Italy or Indonesia, which is, you know, Indonesia's particularly painful. But okay, what is this then? We've got like sugarcane growing here. I thought of Brazil off the bat, but now I'm kind of thinking of like Kenya or something like that. Obviously litter on the ground here, reminding us probably more of that region of the world, but the trees feel kind of cold climate, so maybe even South Africa or something like that is possible here. I just don't know, but this could be serious trouble. Like, it depends what kind of country. I feel like Kenya and South Africa are both the kind of countries where it doesn't really matter too much if we can't guess them anymore, unless it's like really Cape Town or Nabeha, which I think is how you pronounce that town. But, yeah, just don't really know. I don't feel like it feels that Kenyan, so I feel like I should go South Africa here, but the whole round is just a bit confusing to me. Oh well, I'll try Durban here. Let's hope we're right, man. Let's hope we're right. And it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be really bad, guys. This is probably like, I guess, Argentina, but how is this Argentina? Why are we growing sugarcane there? I had no idea they did that. Somewhere in the north of Argentina, then. This is not good news. Yeah, North Argentina near Salta there. You know what that means? Well, we've had an eventful first seed here, because that one is no longer available for us, so it's going to be a struggle to remember at some point here. Anyway, this one's Canada, I can tell, because of the traffic cone here, so that's just fine. I think we go for, like, Toronto here? Toronto? I think these ones are Ontario ones. At least they were in the past. And I really hope we're right here, but I'm pretty sure we are. Ooh, that number plate kind of looks interesting, but it surely fits for Ontario still. I think so. Well, it's just the healing round, but still counts. If we get it wrong, we're wrong. So let's see where it actually is here. And it is indeed Ontario. We're going to get the full amount of healing there. We even picked the right suburb somehow, which is great. But, wow, I mean, this is an interesting little thing going on here. I'm worried about Argentina now already. Anyway, this one looks like yellow outside line. I thought South Africa, right? But something feels awfully wrong, actually. These are South African poles, though. But why do they think of, like, Russia or something as well? I think it is just ZA. But ZA is it's not a disaster if we can't guess there anymore. I think we should just guess quickly here if we're going to win against Krasnobavevska Kim Sim 99. Okay, back to concentrating here. It should just be South Africa, right? The poles and the yellow line look South African. The rest of the landscape, I can't say I'm that confident about, but I guess it has to be like... Where is this, though? Free State? Just Gauteng? I don't know. I don't know where this is, guys. Oh, did not mean Japan. Okay, well, I guess we're kind of committed to it now. We were there. Let's see where it actually is. It is South Africa. That's some good news. Finally, some good news. Ends up being in Mpumalanga there, and we lose 300 points, so not too bad. Next one here is double damage. And what are we looking at here? Maybe some Kyrgyzstan. Okay, we can go quickly Kyrgyzstan. Surely we knock him out here. He doesn't seem like the type of player who would necessarily know that. But yeah, we got the red strip on the plate and the mosque in the background, and this Gulka right here. So is Bishkek, he knows it. Okay, the duel continues here. He's playing well. He's playing well. Good job to our opponent. And so, guys, this is scary. This is scary stuff. The lack of Argentina, if it's like around right here, I don't know how far we can push up. And this is incredibly scary. I don't think we should count this round, to be honest, but I'll just guess like in Germany here, just for a nice central hedge. To be honest, yeah, I don't think we count this round. It's just not quite reasonable to count this, I think. If we were being ultimate purists, we could, but yeah, hopefully this is just somewhere in Europe and not like Hong Kong or something like that. I guess we'll find out soon enough. And it's being Finland, interestingly. So he goes in Slovakia. It's not a bad result for us. He does a bit of damage, but that's okay. Finland would have been a pretty bad country to not be able to guess anymore, but, you know, it's okay. So Japan's not too bad. I think Japan, like, if we ever somehow miss Japan, it's not really going to be a big issue because ultimately in Japan, you can just guess in the water nearby anyway, so it's pretty chill. But I'm really worried about USA, man. I really am. Should be interesting. If we ever get USA wrong in this series, well, we already got Argentina wrong, but USA is just going to be another kettle of fish. He actually goes in Serbia there, interestingly, and we're going to take our first win here, but at what cost? We got our, how many points here? We got 23 points here, but at what cost? We can no longer guess Argentina in this whole series. So I think we do, for the rest of the episode, we're going to do no moving, panning, or zooming. Okay, let's spice it up, and then for the rest of the series, I think we might make it like 3 episodes per series, then things might go no moving instead. So this one should be like, I think with a concrete road, this should be somewhere in Bolivia, and I thought like Cochabamba here, so I think I'll try that. Now, could this be elsewhere? We got like red and white turning chevrons, which I would normally associate with Argentina, but, you know, these ones are clearly just somewhere else. And yeah, we have a blue number plate here, so Bolivia should be correct. That's a country that uses blue number plates. It ends up being in Sucre instead of Cochabamba, but I can't really recognize the two. And he goes, like, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, so iced, immediately off to a relatively poor start here. And the next one, we got double yellows again, and this could actually be just La Paz, I think. Ooh, but this is a bit scary. I think, you know, South America's not that disastrous if we get it wrong. But, you know, if we get Peru wrong and it ends up being like around right here, you know, it's difficult stuff. But, okay, I think we should actually just be like around La Paz, maybe on one of these roads here. That you get misty coverage right there. And it is actually instead near Cochabamba here. So when it was Sucre, I went Cochabamba. When it's Cochabamba, I go La Paz. Next time it's La Paz and I go Puno, and then we're in real trouble. But okay, he says GG's. Impressed with my guesses here, but maybe not so much after this round. Okay, we got a Senegalese pole, so I think we just take him out relatively smoothly here. Obviously Senegal, not a country we're too worried about here, but oh gosh, guys, I'm just holding out for the fact that we hopefully will not get too many like American rounds here, because every single no moving, panning, or zooming American round creates a whole nother dilemma for us. So there we go. At the start of the video, we were 1.2 million in the world. So let's see what we are at the end of the episode. That should be an interesting thing to see. I hadn't played on this account before, but I don't remember when. So I don't remember what you actually start off at, like 400 or 500, can't remember. But anyway, we have Health Texas here, so presumably if our opponent can read flags and text, then they should be able to get as close as us here. And landscape-wise, it does feel fairly dry. Some hills, so I'll just go near Fort Worth, near Dallas here. Let's take a look around. What does it say on the sign exactly? San Antonio, so that should be quite a bit further south. Yeah, kind of had the right vibe. Like this kind of region here was probably most likely, but unfortunately we go too far north there. And he does not read, unfortunately for him, but does get closer than me. So Hayachi taking a little lead against your boy the Thai Goat on round number 1 there. And next one is Indonesian. We cannot guess Indonesia, but we can guess the ocean, so that is at least something here. These really tall palms kind of reminded me of Sulawesi, so I might kind of hedge in the ocean near Sulawesi here. That is, of course, legitimate and abiding by the rules here, but yeah, could we be wrong? I do think that's an Indonesian pole, but the question is, could it be somewhere further out here? Ends up being in Jambi, so interesting. He's going to be closer again? Not quite. His Thailand guess is almost good enough there. So next one here, we are looking at maybe some Botswana. Now, Botswana's not a country we want to get wrong. But yeah, I'm relatively sure that this is Bots. We have like very sandy soil, something you see around there a lot. I think this is probably further north and further west. Mountain is well possible, so I might just go there. But taking a look around, yeah, it feels like that kind of area, so that's pretty good. Mountain is very white, very sandy, but as for me, I probably do think, well, that with looking around, that this might be further east, somewhere around the lakes, but we'll find out. It should be either mountain or there, and it ends up being, yeah, further east here on the Zimbabwean border, so interesting. We could have gotten a really good score if we were guessing in Zimbabwe, but fortunately we do get the right country here, so nothing's been too disastrous like the start of the video. My goodness, it started about as badly as it could have, I think. Unless we got US or Canada wrong, that would obviously be worse. But okay, next one here, and we are looking at what? I think it is Spain. I mean, we don't have a Portuguese number plate, so Spain would make sense. We can't guess Italy, so even if it's there, we can't guess. So I think Spain is probably the best option, right? I mean, it's not an Italian number plate anyway. Portugal's still possible, because it's Generation 4. They have started phasing out the yellow number plates in Portugal. But it definitely looks like kind of Galicia, kind of North Spain area anyway. So even if it is Portugal, Portugal's kind of a small country. We survive quite nicely anyway. So let's take a look around here. Does it appear to actually be Spain? I guess it could be France still. It's not impossible. We have a wooden pole here looking much more Portuguese, I have to say. Ooh, okay, but that's okay, that's okay. A lot of the times those wooden poles are Portuguese, but our opponent, somehow, guessing in the ocean, getting Barcelona. Impressive stuff from Hayachi there. Must have found a sign or something. But okay, next one here. We did give him quite a bit of time, but okay, we're both looking to heal here. Of course, if we get the wrong country, we're still wrong. And this one should just be somewhere in Malaysia, I would have thought, but I don't know where. Hayachi putting the pressure on, I like it. It is very flat, so maybe it is actually Sarawak here. I don't know. Maybe I'll go in the middle of the ocean. No, I'll go Sarawak here. Let's try it. And it ends up being in Sabah instead, in Tawau, so that kind of makes sense there. And we gain a bit of points, which is good. But yeah, nothing to add to our list just yet. Oh, why is UK clicked? That shouldn't be clicked. Did we get UK wrong? I don't think so. I don't think we got any UK wrong just yet. Okay, this one looks like Croatia. Could it be North Macedonia? It's one of the two. The bollards are very stubby here. It's one of the two, man. Ooh, it's a bit unfortunate this round because we don't have too many clues. I would say it almost looks more North Macedonian with this kind of road. But it can still be either, of course. I don't want this to be a bad guess, but I kind of do lean North Macedonia here. So obviously Croatia's not a big deal if we get it wrong anyway. And it was North Macedonia. Very good. No more countries to add there. He goes to Montenegro, which is not the best guess, but we actually enter the lead here, which is fantastic. Okay, double damage here, and I did not like what I saw at first. I thought it might be US or Canada. These houses almost feeling a bit like that, but I think actually looking at these cars, that's a European car. This one probably is too. We also have like a cobblestone gutter here. I just don't think you'd see that in the US, to be honest. So I'm thinking of Netherlands here, to be honest. Why am I thinking that? Maybe it's just Belgium, or maybe it's something I've not thought of. But yeah, the high-rise apartments are certainly kind of strange for this type of round. But yeah, I don't know. So I am kind of thinking just like a Netherlands here. Oh man, it's small countries. It's countries we can afford to lose. So I think we just go for it. And it will actually be Netherlands. Very nice. So this game's been very solid. This time we have not had too much trouble. And I'm starting to wonder how I made it to 1,000 elo. Only no moving, panning, or zooming, because this is like, these games have not been easy, actually. Okay, this one feels like pretty clear Norway to me. Hilly, kind of wooden architecture. I'm not particularly worried about United States or Canada here because these bins look more Euro style. And taking a look around, yeah, still feeling good, still feeling good. I mean, it could be elsewhere. We got a green number plate. We're chilling. This is absolutely and well and truly Norway with a green number plate. Now we're going to be a bit further north there in Trondheim, which makes sense. It makes sense. And we are still winning, but not by that much, I guess. Like, our opponent has been pretty decent. But mostly we're just focusing on getting in the right country here, treating it as a country streak exercise. And when we were loading in, we could see this number plate, but we can't see it anymore, which is very unfortunate. Is this Chile? I think this actually might be Chile somehow. So sun seems to maybe be north. This pole feels very Chilean. That's the main thing that's making me think this. Also, left side of the plate here, we don't have an E strip. So I feel like Chile is actually the right answer, surprisingly. And if this is Chile, I mean, we do have kills to the east, but to the west. But I feel like this has to be Santiago. And actually, it does check out. So let's go to Impurahuel. We're right next to a train line here, so wouldn't it be just insane if we got this correct? Let's see if we can actually see where the trains run. In Santiago, it doesn't seem like there are many trains at all. But surely we can see like a big station or something like that. Here's the train line, okay. So it kind of runs like that. This road is kind of going at the opposite angle though, so let's check the other side of town. You know, not feeling too good about this, but let's try on this road right here in Santiago. Are we going to be in Chile? Is the question. Yeah, looking good, looking good. This is the Chilean car. Are we going to be in Santiago? Well, it doesn't seem like we're this downtown, but, you know, it does seem quite possible with these types of hills to our east and to our west, rather. And we're in the next town down, so that makes sense, but obviously it's a knockout blow against Hayachi there, who played well, especially for that Barcelona guest. But okay, we moved to 541. Let's see where that puts us in the world. Are we still... Okay, so that's interesting. So the default... elo must be something around 400, and then just getting up to 541 alone gets us to all the way up to 200,000th in the world. So I'm kind of hoping that we can get to 1,000 within 3 episodes here, but yeah, let's see what happens next. Okay, we're in the weekend series accidentally. Okay, well, let's go for it. Actually, that could be a fun way to do this. We actually may do this as a weekend series kind of thing. We'll see. And so the next one here, we're looking at Lidl, which is in Europe, and we do have blue strips, and we do have a person called Don Farieb here. Who is Don Farieb? Or what? Or where? All good questions that I don't really have an answer to. This kind of looks a bit Baltic, I could say. I think Lidl is probably in the Baltics, and we have a white border around the sign here, fairly thick red outline as well, so I kind of think Latvia here. I kind of think we might be in the land of Geopita. Is that possible? Well, Farieb didn't particularly strike me as Latvian, but ultimately it's not a country we can really be too sad to lose, so yeah, we'll just try it anyway. And it is actually in Slovakia. Okay, that's our next country. Not a good guess there. Farieb probably making more sense as a Slovakian last name than as a Latvian one, but I just didn't know. So we have to remember that. If I guess Slovakia, then we need some kind of punishment. You can suggest that in the comments, and also give the video a like if you're enjoying. Do that. But this one is interesting. Driving right hand side of the road. This is actually California. We've got 3 yellow stickers on the pole there. Did not pick California here, but I guess if it is Cali, it should be somewhere like Sacramento. Now, we should take a moment to think about this a little further. Yeah, it's USA. It's USA for sure. We got the yellow diamond in the distance, and it is California poles, and it is very kind of green, so I do kind of like North Cal here. And yeah, we end up being quite close. There is Stockton instead of Sacramento, but that's good damage there. Our opponent goes all the way in Louisiana. So that would have been a disaster had we lost it, but of course we maintained our composure and prevailed. This one is going to be somewhere in Chile, and that is decently good news. Not a country we can really be too scared about losing if we're wrong. But I guess if we're wrong, then it's going to be somewhere else, so I guess that logic does not check out. But okay, thinking this is fairly far south, I'm just going to go Los Angeles and see if that works. Looking at the landscape here, yeah, we have hills both sides, so not really sure if Los Angeles actually works here, but, you know, it should be somewhere kind of in that south of Santiago region of Chile here, kind of more southern looking homes here as well, and it is actually Santiago. Well, south of the center of the city, I guess, but ends up being all the way up there. Okay, interesting round. I, even after looking around, did not think it was Santiago, so props to our opponent for getting it correct. And the next one here should be somewhere in Norway. Here, I would say that this is indeed Norway. Oh, these long dashes, though. This could actually be Swedish short dashes. I was not paying attention. I was just looking at this striking red house, but I actually think this is Sweden. In which case, we kind of just click middle. Is this Norway? This is actually kind of scary. I can't actually make out how long these dashes are. I think they're short, but it is Sweden. And another good guess from Peter, Denmark. I guess, being as here how Peter is from Denmark here, that is not surprising that he gets a good Sweden guess. Brothers, Scandinavian brothers there. And here we are in Japan. I think we just go for Tokyo here. Could this be anywhere else? Ooh, that is Japanese language. Okay, without the without this character here, I could have been tempted to actually go like Hong Kong or something, but that one's definitely Japanese. To be honest, do we see some vending machines? We do see vending machines, so we really should be correct every time we see that, I think. But okay, there we go. That is what we're looking at here. Dude in the cap, very cool. He ends up getting the correct answer as well. And we move forward with about half health each. So an interesting duel against Peter. These ones taking a lot longer than ones where I'm allowed to look around. Because these opponents are putting up a decent fight. And oh no, could this be United States? I am a little scared here. I don't necessarily think that this is the US, but I feel like I'm kind of obligated to guess there in case it is. You know what I mean? These are flagpoles. That's quite American. Oh, man. We might just die here, guys, if it's Europe and he gets it right, but I can't. For the sake of the series, I think I have to go US, but look at this. It doesn't look American at all. That looks more like ex-Soviet or something. It might just be American, though. I have to try it, guys. I don't know where this is. Come on, just turn me up. This has got to be right? Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. We are probably going out right here. This school kind of looked American. Now it looks Baltic or something in Central Europe as well. And it is Lithuanian. He's not going to knock us out, I think. Yeah, it's not enough. Ooh, it's close to enough, though. Oh, we have to play well here. You know, that was Lithuania. We're no longer allowed to guess there. It's fair cop, but gosh, that's better than losing on America. I could say that. This is invoking some interesting strategies, this whole mode. I would say Bishkek, yeah? I would say Bishkek. Yeah, I think so. We'll see, though. We'll see. And so we are looking at a fairly built-up round. If it's not Bishkek, I'm not quite sure where it is, because this feels like capital city vibes, if I've ever seen it. Yeah, obviously the red plates for Bishkek, we all know that, for Kyrgyzstan. And look at that. We are 800 meters away in the center of Bishkek, and that is enough to knock out Peter Denmark there. So an interesting round, and Peter almost gets the best of us, in all honesty there. So kind of an interesting duel. But look at that. We've got 10 placement awards, okay, and yeah, let's go for another one here and see if we can you know, do decently with no moving, panning, or zooming against these 400 rated players. So this one should be a relatively easy win, depending on how the camera is panned, though. Okay, this is not necessarily an easy country yet, though. We could actually lose another country here, and things start to get a little scary. So we are looking at probably Netherlands or Belgium here. Slightly more of a Netherlands vibe, although I don't see any bike lane. Obviously, we do have a footpath, but where is the mythical bike lane here? That's a bit concerning. Still think that this is so flat in the distance that it should just be Netherlands, but looking around, okay, we have white number plates. Ooh, where is this actually? Oh, I hope it's not Sweden or something. Oh, it's Vey. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad, okay. It is actually Denmark. It's not as bad as I thought. It's a very strange Denmark, I must say. But yeah, definitely in hindsight, can see that. So Denmark, another country we're not allowed to guess now. The list is piling up. Despite getting a much closer guess than our opponent, we are in trouble here in many ways. Okay, this one should be Norway. We have a Norwegian/Swedish snowpole here, but with these mountains, should just be Norway. So in Finland, it would be a little bit further up. It would be a little bit further up like that. The white bit, and yeah, I'm wondering where this is going to be. I kind of just click south out of habit, but I guess it could be further north. But it is actually not too far from there, and he goes in Lithuania. So Kamfon Gas. Not really knowing the geography of Lithuania, because that's quite a flat country to be having mountains like that. But okay, this one should be with the blur, somewhere in Germany or somewhere in Belgium. And Germany obviously seeming most likely here. Very wintry coverage here, also quite hilly. So, can't quite say I know the country, know the region here, but at least I know it's Germany. You know, Bonn came to mind because it's quite hilly, but the winter coverage, maybe Stuttgart. I think it's Stuttgart. I think Stuttgart, I've seen some winter like this before. But I mean, it could still be very, very wrong. I mean, this could be all the way on the other side of the country, I suppose. But yeah, definitely a big hill, and it is Stuttgart. I'm glad I recognized that. My German skills starting to pick up a little bit these days. And we move forward into round 4, where we are at a big advantage, but we see a little bit of the Mongolia card. Now, would I have got Mongolia without that? I think I would, but it is definitely a bit of a tougher round. And so I'm thinking somewhere, you know, around Darkhan or something like that. Bulgan, kind of in that north region of the country with the green and rocky hills here. Maybe even just Ulaanbaatar, so our opponent can still get closer here. And it is not Ulaanbaatar, instead it's down there. We get the right country, and we knock our friend out, who went in South Sudan. I think Kampfon was not able to handle the pressure, because the fast guesses were getting the better of them. But, okay, let's go for another one here. We're a master tourist now. Things are moving up for us, and I said that was the last one, but we're going for another. You already know what it is. Finn Levine. Did we already play Finn? I feel like we may have, but this is looking good. I think it's just Cambodia. Now, Brazil is another country we cannot afford to get wrong, by the way. Could this be Brazil? Ooh, another dilemma. I think, though, that this is just like Ghana, or what kind of Google card do we have? I think it's a Ghana blur, actually, on the bottom here. Yeah, this little sign here is the main thing that made me think of Ghana here, but if it looks like Brazil, it often is Ghana. So let's see if I'm right. It is just Ghana. He goes in Indonesia, which is a country I'm not allowed to guess, but okay, not too bad there. It's a good guess, and we can potentially knock out Finn in 2 rounds here, but we obviously have to be careful to get the country. So what are we looking at here? Some Chilean mountains and Chilean pole. Okay, very good. I think we just go quickly here, guys. This could be a 2-rounder to end off the video. There's the classic Chilean orange number plate. This is very, like, it's very tall mountains next to this town. I love the way in Chile it's so ugly and dry, but then you do have like a green nature strip, which just looks really nice in contrast. And does he get the town? No, he does not guess instead. So there we go. That is it for the first episode of Hardcore. That is how we're sitting so far. So all in all, this is a fairly standard spread of countries to miss. I mean, I think we could probably keep it no moving, panning, or zooming to keep it more exciting. But you guys gotta let me know what you want in the comments and whatnot. Also, let me know how we can spice it up. It should be fun. Yeah, I'll see you guys in this video very soon. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Let me know what you think of it. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.